Kasturba Gandhi, born on 11th April 1869 in Porbandar in India, died on 22nd February 1944 in Pune. Kasturba Gandhi, the wife of Mahatma Gandhi, said there is no beauty in the finest of all clothes if it creates hunger and poverty. Kasturba Mohandas Gandhi, born Kasturbai Gokuldas Kapadia, was an Indian political activist. She married Mohandas Gandhi in 1883. In association with her husband and son, she was involved in the Indian independence movement in British-ruled India. She was very influenced by her husband Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, aka Mohandas Mahatma Gandhi. This quote of Kasturba Gandhi shocked me beyond any doubt. It shook the original foundation of all our thinking. And especially it has been said 100,000 times or repeatedly again and again in our school. Such was the power from an ordinary, simple lady. Kasturba Gandhi said, there is no beauty in the finest of all the clothes. There is no beauty. If you wear everything outside, you forget to trim your body. You forget to strengthen your body. You are always depending on a doctor. On the smallest cold, you call the doctor. You have become a slave. That was what Kasturba Gandhi said. Can't you know? You are rushing to a doctor when you point a finger to others. God is telling, look towards you 3 times before you ask a help. Your help is already there 3 times more than what you are asking outside. Kasturba Gandhi said there is no beauty in the finest of all the clothes, in the sense you can wear as many clothes as possible. But if there is no beauty, there is no beauty. How do you create beauty? Beauty can come only if you are in deep, intimate love with your physical body, the first physical body. You should know not only you walk in the field like a farmer, but you should trim it down, and you should know how to do the warming up exercise as well as the stretching exercise. When the body is not stretched, even a farmer, a layman who is walking in the field also gets a lot of body pain. The body can bend like a gymnast, twist and turn. The day the body forgets to have the twist and turn, be childlike, not childish, they said, childlike a child. Even recently there was one small baby fallen from the 22nd floor of Hong Kong building, and nothing happened. The child must have enjoyed the fall and fell on the floor. It must have bounced up. The fear of any falling itself made the body so stiff, and you cracked into pieces. Try to understand. When your body is stiff without the warming up and the stretching, hence the Japanese kept on telling the only difference between we and you is there is no difference between that we have the highest, best technology. Please, Mr. Rakum, do not ask for the technology. Technology is simple. In a simple terms, we will tell you. We also go to the restroom. You also go to the restroom. The only difference is when we go to the restroom, when we come out of the restroom, we'll make sure another person should be able to use it. Another person should be able to use it. Keeping it back into the position, going back to the childlike position without carrying the dirt. There was a school teacher, it said. Two students were not fighting. Teacher couldn't do anything. Whatever she tried, it was never working. So she asked both the children to bring 1 kilogram of potatoes, and they brought. And she said, you keep it in the bag when you're eating or sleeping or you're talking or studying or going even to the bathroom, taking bath also. You are not supposed to remove the potatoes, neither the bag from your body. One day passed and the body starts getting pain. Second day it started a little rotting. Third day the smell was so much, not only the potato smell which rotten, the body started rotting. The child started crying. And then the teacher said, why are you crying? He said, I cannot carry it anymore. Same is, why are you carrying the anger of another person? You cannot carry. It stings, it hurts. Leave it. You fight then and there you just leave it. Why are you carrying somebody else's dirt? Why are you carrying the anger? There is no beauty in the finest of all clothes. You can wear the finest of all clothes only if you have practiced a Samskriti. Samskriti is your song, the early morning getting up and singing a song. The voice should be so beautiful, yes, like a singer, yes. And then you light the lamp in the house, clean the house together with your family members. And then look at the sun rises. Please look at, because that is the first visitor in the house, the first God, the first Krishna, the first Jesus God, first Prophet Muhammad, which you see, Allah you see, yes. And prostrate in front of them by doing the 12 steps of asana. They are not asking you to prostrate. Sun never asked you to prostrate, but sun prostrated, penetrated deep into your house, fallen into your feet, yes. So, a person who takes anything, everything from a person, never returns anything back, is called a rob. When the sun can penetrate deep inside and kill all the germs if you have kept your windows and doors open and dried your house, dried the outside things, and allowed plants to grow, gave you health by making you sweat. Can't you give anything back? You do the 12 steps, Surya Namaskar, body is stretched. The stretching is your flexibility. It is not dead. When you don't do your exercise or stretching, you carrying a dead body, like Swami Vivekananda said, people are walking like dead bodies. Kasturba Gandhi said, there is no beauty in the finest of all the clothes, finest of all the buildings. If you cannot know how to grow what you needed, a vegetable garden, a smallest vegetable garden, a small fruit garden, yes, medicinal garden, yes. That is where the finest of all Kasturba, there is no beauty, finest of all the clothes. The earth is provided enough for man's needs, but not for his greed. It is provided enough for man's needs. It is you who went and took a house on rent, which looks like a worse than a pigeonhole, a slum, a one bed, they call it one bedroom shed. It is not shed, it is shit. If you all decide the house where the man is going to give for rent, have enough space for your sunlight to enter your house and for you to grow your garden, then you take the house. You allowed the slavery, you allowed the poverty. There is no beauty, finest of all clothes. The moment you don't grow a vegetable garden with your own hands, hand in hand glove with your family, not alone. Hand in hand with your family, you water together, grow it together, pluck and cook it in the kitchen. Yes. That day when you do not do that and you don't grow anything, you go to the shop and buy, you are a pickpocket. You are pointing a finger. The moment you get a cold, you point a finger to doctor, you rush up to the doctor, and God is telling 3 finger point. That help was 3 times more available. When you never grow your vegetables and your fruits, you go to the market and market gives you not organic, sprayed, poisoned vegetables and fruits. You eat that and then you go and pay money to the hospital. Or they say, Kasturba Gandhi says, it is almost like pickpocket. You don't grow here, so you go to the market and pickpocket vegetables. You are a pickpocketer. That has created so much in the city dwellers and even now in the villages also. They have land, but they are not working in the land. You have not allowed the sun to penetrate deep inside your body. Even you don't allow the sun to penetrate deep inside your body, how can the sunlight kill the cancerous cells in the body, and then you go to the cancer hospital for some other treatment. Yes, here it is available, you have not taken. Hence, there is a poverty. Kasturba Gandhi said, there is no beauty in the finest of all tools. It creates hunger and poverty. That was the hunger and poverty there. First is yours. When you become very powerful, you become a magnet, and it attracts, it helps people see that, and then you can give joy and happiness, ananda, paramananda. There is no beauty in the finest of all clothes. It creates hunger and poverty. Hunger not only for outside, hunger for you. The hunger of body screaming. You are thinking there is hunger and poverty outside. Of course, when you make a big function, neighborhood should be first looked. You have to give to the neighborhood. You have to give to Rakum school. Schools like Rakum school should be first fed before you eat. First fed. Sharing is first. Then only you should eat. If it creates hunger, that is another second part of the hunger. Your hunger and poverty is you have not become your own master because you have not practiced your samskriti, your culture. You have not sat with your wife and children and husband and your parents and your grandparents and your family to strengthen the family. There is no beauty finest of all clothes. You do not create beauty by joining hands and sharing your ideas. Joint family and the family tree. That was what Kasturba Gandhi knew. When that did not happen, we are already talking to the slaves. Like Bodhidharma was forced to look into the wall and sit for 9 years without looking people. He said, what's the use of me talking to the walls? People are become like walls. Nothing, no effect. Better to talk to the walls. Come out of that slavery. Try to grow small, small. When everybody decides, we will have beautiful houses in the city and people get deeply involved. Then you allow the sunlight to penetrate deep inside. Sunlight is healthy. If at all a foreign matter enters the body, it kills and chases out. When the rain comes, when you rushes up to rain and you take bath and you jump and dance, you feel very healthy because ozone water. Moment water falls into your body and you get cold and you cough, that means you are carrying dirt inside. It's trying to come out. Don't suppress it by the medicines. Kasturba Gandhi said, there is no beauty in the finest of all clothes if it creates hunger and poverty. This is my 388th